Imagine a world where the lines of defense become the seeds of conflict. Is NATO a shield against aggression or a spark igniting a global powder keg? Let's unravel the complex narrative of NATO expansion and its impact on Russian security. From Moscow's vantage point, NATO expansion is not a story of security, but one of encirclement. The eastward creep of the alliance is perceived as a direct threat to Russia's strategic depth and historical sphere of influence. Each new member state joining NATO is seen as another step eroding Russia's buffer zone. This perceived encroachment undermines Russia's ability to project power and defend its interests, according to their narrative. The 1997 NATO-Russia Founding Act is a key point of contention. Russia believes the spirit, if not the letter, of the agreement has been violated, leading to a sense of betrayal. The act, intended to build trust, is now viewed as a broken promise. This perceived betrayal fuels deep-seated anxieties about Western intentions and the future of European security. Western support for Ukraine's aspirations to join NATO is a particularly sensitive issue for Russia. They view this as a direct challenge to their core security interests and a potential existential threat. This unwavering support has significantly contributed to the current geopolitical tensions. Russia sees Ukraine as a crucial buffer state and its potential NATO membership as a red line. From the Western perspective, NATO expansion is a necessary response to Russian aggression. It's a defensive measure designed to protect vulnerable nations from potential Russian expansionism. Russia's annexation of Crimea in 2014 is frequently cited as evidence of its expansionist ambitions. This act, along with other interventions, solidified the need for a strong deterrent in Eastern Europe. The ongoing military intervention in Ukraine further reinforces the Western narrative. It highlights the perceived threat posed by Russia and the need for a robust defense posture. NATO's presence in Eastern Europe is seen as a vital deterrent against further Russian aggression. It provides a security guarantee to member states and helps maintain stability in the region. NATO is consistently portrayed as a purely defensive alliance that poses no threat to Russia. Its purpose is to protect its members, not to attack or destabilize Russia. Membership is open to any European country that meets the established criteria. This open-door policy is presented as a sign of NATO's commitment to democracy and self-determination. The truth, as is often the case, lies somewhere between the Russian and Western perspectives. Both sides have legitimate security concerns, and their actions are driven by a complex interplay of factors. NATO expansion has undoubtedly contributed to a sense of insecurity in Russia. The loss of its former sphere of influence and the perceived encirclement have fueled anxieties about its place in the world. Conversely, Russia's actions, particularly its aggression against Ukraine, have fueled anxieties in the West. These actions have reinforced the need for a strong NATO alliance to deter further aggression. The current situation is a product of historical grievances, geopolitical ambitions, and genuine security concerns. Understanding these factors is crucial for finding a path towards de-escalation and stability. Geopolitical ambitions on both sides play a significant role in shaping the narrative. The desire for influence and control over strategic regions fuels mistrust and competition. Security concerns, both real and perceived, are at the heart of the issue. Addressing these concerns is essential for building trust and preventing further escalation. The debate over NATO expansion has had a profound impact on international relations. It has fueled mistrust between Russia and the West, leading to a dangerous cycle of escalation. This mistrust has contributed to a new Cold War-like atmosphere. Dialogue has broken down, and the risk of miscalculation has increased significantly. The situation has also contributed to a global arms race. Countries are increasing their military spending in response to perceived threats, further destabilizing the international security environment. Increased military spending diverts resources from other critical areas, such as healthcare and education. This has significant consequences for global development and human well-being. The conflict in Ukraine is a direct consequence of these geopolitical tensions. It has resulted in immense human suffering and instability in the region. Significant human suffering and instability in the region are the tragic outcomes. Millions have been displaced, and the long-term consequences of the conflict are still unfolding. Moving forward requires a nuanced approach that addresses both Russian security concerns and Western interests. A sustainable solution must be based on mutual understanding and respect. Dialogue, transparency, and confidence-building measures are essential for rebuilding trust. Open communication can help to dispel misunderstandings and prevent miscalculations. Mutual understanding and cooperation are crucial for achieving a lasting solution. This requires a willingness to listen to each other's perspectives and find common ground. The path forward requires a commitment to diplomacy, a willingness to compromise, and a shared vision of a more secure and stable future for Europe. It's a challenge, but one that must be met to avoid further conflict and suffering. NATO's expansion remains one of the most polarizing issues in international relations. While the West sees it as a shield of democracy and collective security, Russia perceives it as a direct provocation. The ongoing war in Ukraine serves as a stark reminder that these geopolitical tensions are not just theoretical. They have real, devastating consequences for millions of people. What will the future hold? Will diplomacy prevail, or will the world see an era of greater conflict? Share your thoughts in the comments section.